So friends, let's see this delicious Amboli recipe. Now first I'm going to coarsely crush 15 cloves of garlic in my mortar and pestle. So we have garlic like this, so do not get it in the mixer. Grams of Amboli because I'm going to be making 12 Ambolis and this is easily available in any general store. I will leave the recipe of how you can make it at home if you can't get your hands on this flour. Now I'm going to add the crushed garlic to this Amboli peat or Amboli flour. Next, I'm going to add half a teaspoon of haldi or turmeric powder and 1 teaspoon of red chili powder. So this is the regular chili powder. Next, I'm going to add some salt to taste. Now I'm going to add about 1/4 cup of fresh coriander leaves or kothimbir. And now I'm going to mix everything really nicely and I'm going to keep adding a little water at a time. So basically this batter should be like a dosa batter. It shouldn't be too runny, it shouldn't be too thick. So here for about 250 grams of Amboli flour or peat, I used about just 1 liter of water short of say 2 to 3 tablespoons like you will see. So this is a 1 liter bottle of water, but I used almost all the water, leaving around 2 tablespoons. So mix everything really well till you have a lump-free batter. You want a very smooth batter like a dosa batter. Now this Amboli can be eaten for breakfast, you can take it for your tiffin, you can give it to your kids for their school tiffin. It's really a very healthy option and it's really delicious. So mix everything. So like I said, for 250 grams of flour I used almost a liter of water. And pour a little at a time, don't pour the entire water at one time, pour a little at a time till you get the perfect consistency. And once you have that, I'm just taking a whisk so that I get a very smooth batter. So like I'll show you in the bottle how much water is left. So you'll get some kind of an idea. See, that's just this much water left. Otherwise I used almost the entire liter of water. So now you're going to whisk everything really well and then you're going to cover and keep this for 10 to 12 hours. So I like to normally do it, in the night so that in the morning I have this ready for breakfast or to give it to, for tiffin to my family. Now this is just what I like to keep in my masala box, which is generally kept in a masala box. So I have here my turmeric powder, my red chili powder, some asafoetida or hing. This is some mustard seeds or mohri or rye, some methi seeds, some cumin or jeera, and this is goda masala, which is homemade. I leave a recipe of how I make my goda masala. So these are things that I generally use. Okay, now this is after 12 hours. You can see that the batter has come nice and a little bit fluffier. And here I have a heavy bottomed iron pan that I generally use to make my dosas, and I've really heated it up for at least 5 to 10 minutes. And then just like a dosa batter, I'm going to pour about 4 tablespoons of the batter, and then I'm just going to spread it out with my spoon very lightly, just like a dosa or a ghavan, which is nothing but an Indian pancake, which is so delicious and so healthy too. Now I'm just going to drizzle a few drops of ghee. Now I like to use ghee, but you can also go with oil. And now we're just going to cover this and let it cook for about a minute or so on a low to medium flame. Now after a minute, you will see that the edges have started to brown a bit. If you look carefully, the edges have all browned up a little. So now with your ulatna or your spatula, just gently loosen the edges or the sides and then slowly work from the sides to the middle. Now one tip I like to give you is that your pan has to be really hot and try to use a nice heavy bottomed pan. So I keep this pan only for my ghavan, dosas, pancakes and ambolis. And now just flip it over and you'll get this beautiful golden brown color, and the edges get so nice and crispy. And then again, I'm going to drizzle a little bit of oil, ghee again. That's completely optional. And then I'm just going to let the other side also brown a bit. So you can see how beautiful and nice and brown and golden brown. I have given a little closer shot of the amboli, so you can see that. So I'll just transfer this to a serving plate. For those of you who have not tried this, I suggest that you do. You get this amboli flour, in almost every general store. If you're in an area like Dadar, then you'll definitely get it on, anywhere, because it's really very, very common. So this is the second one that I'm making. So altogether I made 12 with 250 grams of flour. And see, after the pan starts getting heated up, the ambolis also get ready really fast. This has a totally different taste for those of you who have not tasted this. So now I've taken a closer shot and you can see how crispy and delicious this is. And you can serve this with a ketchup. I generally serve it with some ketchup or some homemade chutney. The choice is yours. So I hope you give this recipe a try and let me know, for especially those who are trying it out for the first time, what your feedback on this is. So friends, today we're going to make this delicious Medu vadas and some lovely coconut chutney. So keep watching Akshata's recipes for these two lovely recipes. And welcome back to Akshata's Recipes. Thank you so much for stopping by. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you one of my favorite breakfast recipes, which is Medu vada and coconut chutney. So I'm going to show you both these recipes in today's video. I hope you like this easy and quick recipe. If you do, then don't forget to give this video a big like. Don't forget to hit the red subscribe button that you see just below this video. It's completely free. And once you subscribe, just click the bell. That way, every time I put up a new video, you'll be the first one to know. So let's head on to my kitchen and make this amazing Medu vada and green coconut chutney. Now let's start first with making this lovely coconut chutney. So this is made from fresh coconut. So here I am grating about 2 cups of fresh coconut. This is a traditional viri, as we call it. Now we also are going to require 4 light green chilies, which I've cut up into 4. Then we require 4 cloves of garlic and half an inch of ginger. Now what I like to do is I like to grate the ginger, because that way when we're grinding the entire chutney in the mixer, everything gets well ground and you don't have pieces of ginger in the chutney. So that's what I like to do. I like to grate the ginger. Now I like to also soak about half a cup of coriander in some water. So it has got some salt in it, and you will see that there's so much of grime in the coriander. After that, rinse it well. Then I'm going to be using the juice of half a lemon. I love to squeeze this lemon on this old traditional glass lemon squeezer. You won't imagine the amount of juice that you'll get. I mean, it's really amazing. so nothing goes to waste. So now I'm just going to grind everything together. That is the coconut, the chilies, the ginger, the garlic. I'm also going to be adding salt and some sugar to taste. And I'm going to add the juice that we've just taken out of half a lemon. Now I'm also going to add about 1/4 cup of water, and we're going to grind it to this consistency. So our chutney is all ready. And now I'm going to be showing you how to make these lovely Medu vadas. So I'm going to start by taking about 2 cups of udid dal, which we're going to wash very well under some running water, at least thrice, till we get some nice clear water. You will notice that as you keep washing, the water becomes more clearer. Before that, you'll get a very whitish, murky kind of color water. So we're going to wash that thoroughly. It may take you 3 times or 4 times. Just wash it very, very well, running your fingers through it so that all the grime and dirt gets washed away. This is very important. Now after that, we're going to just soak these 2 cups of udid dal in about 6 cups of water. And to this, I'm going to be adding about a 1/4 teaspoon of fenugreek seeds or methi seeds. This just helps to make the batter very, very crisp. And we're going to keep this to sit aside for at least 6 to 7 hours. This is also very crucial. Now, after 6 to 7 hours, we're just going to add 1 inch of ginger grated, 2 light green chilies, and some salt to taste to the batter. And we're going to grind this batter to a very, very fine consistency with very little water, say about just 2 tablespoons of water. Now we're going to start frying these Medu vadas. So we heat some oil for heating, wet your hands thoroughly, and then take a small bowl. And when you and then just make a little hole in the middle, and that's how you get your Medu vadas. When you wet your hands, it's very easy to manage this batter and form it into a ball. And once you do that, just with your finger or your thumb or your forefinger, just make a little hole in the middle and then leave it into the oil. Please take care of your fingers when you're putting it into the oil. Be extremely careful because the oil is piping hot. You're going to fry this on a low to medium flame. And we're going to fry it till they're nice and golden brown. And once they're golden brown, we're going to just drain the excess oil on some tissues or some kitchen napkin. So in this way, friends, you were going to fry all of the batter. I got about 15 Medu vadas with 2 cups of udid dal. And don't worry if your vadas don't come, exactly circular. It's okay. This was my first time of making Medu vadas, and I enjoyed the experience thoroughly. And I was so happy that I could make these Medu vadas. They look like perfect little donuts. And my family just loved it. They said, Mama, it was so nice and crispy and tasty. In fact, my husband said that these taste even better than the ones you get outside because they're so fresh and they're made with so much of love. So don't fret if you don't get the perfect shape, friends. It's okay. It's the taste that matters. Of course, it looks good, but with practice, you're going to definitely be able to do it. So it's really a nice experience to try your hands. It's something new, and I enjoyed myself thoroughly. Now, I always like to serve my Medu vadas with some lovely green chutney and some rasam or some sambar. Now, I have both my recipes for easy to make sambar as well as some delicious rasam. I will leave the links of both the rasam recipe as well as the sambar recipe in the description box as well as the comments box. Just click on it and it will take you directly to my recipes. So friends, I hope you like today's Medu vada and fresh coconut chutney. This is an ideal breakfast, especially on a Saturday or a Sunday morning with your family. Just sit all around and have this, or you can even carry this to office or give it to your kids to school, and it's just so very delicious. So if you like today's recipe, then don't forget to give it a big
Hi friends, this is Akshata here. Today I'll be showing you how to make some Rasam Vada. This is my nephew Saurabh's wife Sukhada's recipe. It is an amazing recipe and we all just love it, so I want to share it with you. Now for the vadas, I have taken about 1 cup of udid dal, washed it well, and I'm going to soak this for about at least 5 to 6 hours, and I've put in some methi seeds in it, about 6 to 7 methi seeds. This gives it a very nice fluffy texture when we are going to grind it and fry it. And here I have taken 1 cup of tur dal. Again, I have washed the tur dal very well. And now we're going to put 1 big tomato cut up into cubes. Let this soak for about 5 minutes, and then we're going to put it in the pressure cooker. Cook it for about 1 whistle on high, and then keep it for about 15 minutes on low flame till the dal gets nice and cooked. And then we proceed with making this amazing Rasam Vada. And after soaking this udid dal for about 5 to 6 hours, I have drained out all this water, and now I'm going to grind this in a mixer with a little bit of salt to a thick coarse paste. So I'll empty this into my blender pot. Now we'll add about 1 teaspoon of salt and grind this to a coarse paste. And here friends, I have ground this to a nice thick coarse paste. We have some oil heating, and we also have some kitchen napkins ready to drain our vadas. So now once our oil is hot, all you have to do is just take a small bowl like this and leave it in the oil. And we'll fry them till they are crispy and golden brown. Don't overcrowd your bowl. And in this way, we'll fry the vadas till they are nice and golden brown. And you can see that they have also puffed up nicely because we have soaked them for a long time and added the methi seeds too. And after frying them for about 2 to 3 minutes, we get this lovely golden brown color, and the vadas also separate very easily. And now that they are nice and crispy and brown, we will now take them out onto our kitchen napkin. And in this way, I will continue frying the remaining vadas. And in this way, we have fried all the vadas, and now it's time to make the rasam. Now, once our tur dal and tomato mixture has boiled and cooled down, all I've done is I've used a whisk like this, a wooden whisk. You can even use a normal whisk it up. And then what I have done is I have just strained it like this through a colander and taken out all the tomato pieces, and then you get this very watery and liquid consistency of the dal. Now the other ingredients, let me take you through the other ingredients. Here I have about 4 red Kashmiri chilies, some curry leaves. I'll be using about half a teaspoon of muri or mustard seeds or rye, half a teaspoon of asafoetida or hing. This is rasam powder, which is very easily available in the market. Then I'll be using about half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, haldi, chili powder, that's red chili powder, about 1 teaspoon. I'll be using about 4 to 5 methi seeds and some jaggery or gur for sweetening our rasam, and some salt to taste. So let's start making this rasam. Now once our oil is hot, first we'll go in our mustard seeds or our mori. Once they begin to splutter, we will add a few of the methi seeds. This gives a very nice flavor to the rasam. Then we'll go in our curry leaves. Then we'll go in our akshatasrecipes of milk, followed by some haldi powder. Then goes in the chili powder. We'll give all of this a good mix. And this goes in the Now we want a little watery consistency, so we'll add about 1 cup of water. Now we'll go in our rasam powder. You can add as much or as little as you like. I've added about 2 heaped tablespoons. After tasting it, if you feel that you need to add some more, then please add some more. Now next we'll go in our seasoning, which is the salt. So you can add salt and the sweetening agent, which is the gur or the jaggery. And we're going to give all of this a good stir and let it come to a nice boil.
So let's go through today's ingredients. Here I have 1 cup of grated pumpkin, yellow pumpkin or bhopla. Then we're going to need about 1 cup of whole wheat flour, half a cup of jaggery or gur, 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg or za'atar, and half a teaspoon of sauf or fennel seeds. Around 2 tablespoons of clarified butter or ghee. So we're going to heat a pan and then we're going to add this ghee and let the ghee heat up on a low to medium flame. Then we're going to be adding this grated pumpkin and we're going to fry it for a while in the ghee. Now I'm going to be adding the grated gur or jaggery, and we're going to stir and mix this till all of this gur or jaggery dissolves. You can keep stirring this. You're going to add a pinch of salt. Whenever you make a sweet dish, if you add a pinch of salt, it just elevates the flavor of that particular dish. So we're going to continue frying this till all of the jaggery or the gur dissolves. Now, if you're able to get your hands on pumpkin puree, you can use ready-made pumpkin puree too for this recipe instead of grating the pumpkin. Now we're going to add this za'atar or nutmeg powder along with the fennel seeds and sauf. The fennel seeds also add a lovely flavor to this recipe. Now we're going to continue frying this till a little bit of the moisture goes away and it becomes into a semi-solid mixture. Now we're going to turn off the heat and completely cool down this mixture to room temperature. Then we're going to be adding the whole wheat flour and mixing everything well. And then we're going to knead this into a stiff yet smooth dough, similar like you would do for making puris. It doesn't have to be a soft dough like you would for chapatis or puris. It has to be more on the stiffer side. So you can add a little more whole wheat flour accordingly. 1 cup suffices. And then we're just going to knead it and cover it and keep it aside for 15 to 20 minutes. Now after 15 to 20 minutes, once our dough is all ready, we're going to make the dough into small, even-sized balls. And then we're going to roll them out into very small puris. They have to be little on the thicker side. They don't have to be very thin. And they can be nice and round, so you can just shape them likewise. They just have to be just like how we make puris. They don't have to be very thin. They have to be more on the little thicker side. That way they will fluff up well and have this nice crispy texture. So roll them out, or roll as many as you would like to fry. You can keep the dough for about a day or two in the refrigerator. And then we're just going to deep fry them like we would with puris. Now I always like to deep fry on a low to medium flame, not on a very high flame. So your oil should not be smoking hot. And see that it nicely fluffs up. And in this way, we're going to fry all the puris till they're nice and golden brown in color and drain off the excess oil on a kitchen tissue or a kitchen napkin. And these really taste. And make this amazing instant Malvani rice. Okay friends, to make this Malvani rice, we're going to heat about 1.5 tablespoons of regular cooking oil in a pan. Here are some raw peanuts. I've taken about 1/4 of a cup. You can take as per your choice, or you can totally drop off the peanuts if you don't like peanuts. Now we're going to fry these peanuts till they turn a nice golden brown. This really adds an amazing flavor to the Malvani rice. So we're going to fry them for about half a minute Since the oil is nice and hot, they brown up very fast. Remember to cook on a low to medium flame, never cook on a high flame. So now the peanuts are almost a light brown. And so we're going to take them out and keep them aside. Now in the same oil, we are going to use our normal fodni sahitya, or the stuff that we use in our normal Indian cooking. So there goes in half a teaspoon of mustard seeds or mohri or rai, followed by half a teaspoon of cumin seeds or jeera. Then goes in half a teaspoon of hing or asafoetida, followed by half a teaspoon of turmeric powder or haldi powder. Now I've taken about 2 dried red chilies and 1 green chili slit into 2, a light green chili, followed by some curry leaves. We're going to give all of this a nice mix and a nice fry till the chilies are nice and fried. Now to this, I am going to be adding the rice. Like I said in the introduction, either you have some leftover rice, or like here I've prepared some fresh rice, parboiled some basmati rice, but let it cool down for about 15 to 20 minutes completely, so that all the grains are separated. And I've also put a little bit of clarified butter and ghee, just half a teaspoon, just sprinkled it all over the rice. Now we're going to give this a good mix so that the rice is completely coated with our fodni or the bagar. Now once this is completely mixed well, we're going to add our fried peanuts. Now this goes in the Malvani masala as per your taste, whether you like it very spicy or you like it mild, and some salt for seasoning. Now we're going to give all of this a nice mix so that the Malvani masala coats all the grains of rice well. This is an extremely delicious dish. You can serve this with some fried papad, roasted papad, some raita, or even some salad at the side, like some chopped up cucumbers, tomatoes, and some pickle also. Now we're going to cover this and we're going to cook it for about 2 to 3 minutes. Stirring in between once or twice. This helps to get everything well incorporated together. Now we're going to garnish it with some freshly chopped coriander or cilantro leaves. Again, give it a mix. And now we're going to turn off the flame and we're going to squeeze some lovely lemon juice. So this is a very tangy, spicy, and just extremely delicious rice. So there goes in some freshly squeezed lemon. You can add the lemon or you can drop the lemon, again depending upon your liking. And again give it a nice mix so everything gets well mixed and everything is well coated. And our Malvani rice is all ready to serve. I hope you like this short and sweet recipe. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon in another video. Take care. Well friends, don't forget to give this video a big like by clicking on the thumbs up button if you like this video. Please do subscribe to my channel and join the Akshata's Recipe family by clicking the red subscribe button. Once you have subscribed, do click on the bell icon so every time I upload a new recipe or a vlog, you will get a notification and you can watch the video. Do visit Akshata's Recipes for more than 200 recipes and lots of vlogs where I share my recipes and some of my vlogs and videos with all of you. And I would love to thank each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart for taking the time out to watch my recipes. Thank you guys. Take care. God bless.